Hello and welcome to another episode of Explode Your Coaching Business Show. We are live now again for part 2 with the interview with the awesome, the one and the only, amazing Ryan Lee. And in the part 1, we talked about lifestyle entrepreneurship. What does it really mean? Now, in part 2, we're talking about what allows a lot of businesses to become real lives, a lot of entrepreneurs to become lifestyle entrepreneurs. And I know Ryan has been doing a like membership site since before I was born. So what? No, you're not that old.
I'm not that old.
You're not that old. You're not that old. But so now, what I would love to ask you, Ryan, is what is because you are the sugar daddy of the web membership site. So what is what is that is not working and what is that is working in the membership side area? I would love to start with what are the things that you see that people shouldn't do, because every time you see it, you just when you start crying and sobbing. And so tell me a bit more about that.
Okay, what's not working? It's funny whenever we talk, I see like those little bubbles coming up. Is that people liking stuff?
Exactly.
I'm not used to the blab stuff that much. I see lots of bubbles. Either that or someone's drowning. So, oh, look, more bubbles. You know what? I can't even talk. I'm just gonna stare at the bubbles. I'm just gonna try to pop them. So, I'll talk about some things that are not working. So as you said, I've been doing membership sites for a long time. I started my first paid membership site, believe it or not, in 2001. And, membership sites have gone through transitions, and there's different things that work and some don't. Some things that don't work now are, for most people, right, for lifestyle entrepreneurs, having a really broad site. So having a site that just says, I have a lot of health and fitness professionals in the world. So having a site that says, onlinehealthcoaching.com. Like it's too big, it's too broad, and you're trying to reach everybody.
Yes.
So that doesn't work. So obviously on the other side of that, what is working is being really, really tightly niched. And I like to have my clients try to stretch themselves a little bit and niche down at least one or two times. So for example, using that example of a big health site, okay, well, is there a specific gender? Maybe it's just for men or just for women. Maybe it's specific age, men in their 40s, women in their 30s. Maybe it's using a specific piece of fitness equipment. So now we could take like 3 levels: men in the 40s getting fit just using kettlebells. And you want to niche down to become the clear and obvious choice. So that's really, really important, because it's very hard to make membership.
Can I ask a question on that? The question that I would love to ask you is that really how specific, because we all not we all know, make a generalization, but if you've been in the online marketing arena for a while, a lot of people might know about niching. So how deep, because do you go into your niche? Because there are some people that say, don't be too deep, because otherwise you're missing out a big part. And some people that say, go as deep as possible so you become the obvious choice, as you said before. Where do you stand with that?
Right. Well, the way you look at it, the first thing you have to do is get a little selfish. What I mean by that is, what are your goals? So if you say to me, and I have people who talk to me all the time from different goals. There's some guys that say, I want to make $1 million a month. And some say, look, I just want to make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month. So it really depends. Like if you say, I want it to be a really big site with hundreds of thousands of members making 7 figures a month, then obviously you can't go super, super, super niche, where there's only, a couple hundred people in your market. I mean, if you niche down to the point where I only work with left-handed golfers who have a limp and an eye patch, you're probably not going to. But if you say, look, I just want to make an extra $1,000 a month, and you niche down, then yeah, it's absolutely possible. So that is the first thing. What are your real goals? And I think you have to get clear on what are your goals. And I like to do that and reverse engineer. I will tell you. So let me ask you this: what's the biggest, besides Google, obviously, what's the biggest site in the world? What's the biggest social media? What's the biggest activity? Facebook, right? Yeah, you can't get a more broad site, right? You can't get more broad than Facebook. It has everybody. And I don't even remember if I talked about this in the last interview. What people forget, they have a very short memory, is that when Facebook started, Facebook didn't start and try to reach everybody. Facebook started. Yeah. Do you remember who they started with?
With students. It was a social
Not
media
just
for
students,
Yeah.
and not just college students. They started with only Harvard, with one specific
Only
college,
Harvard
only for
students. Yes.
Harvard.
Yes.
Then when they got some traction, they broadened out. They said, okay, now Ivy League students. Then they said, okay, now we're colleges. Now we're high school and colleges. Now we're everybody. So it would have been really hard for them to come right out of the gate and say we're for everybody, because it's too expensive to reach everybody. So you can always start with the niche and eventually start to broaden out a little bit, or even create other sites that address those. So for example, our first site, the first membership site in 2000 was for strength and conditioning professionals.
Yeah.
Hold on. By the way, never eat like almonds before you do an interview. I should have learned that lesson. I got almonds. So the first one was for strength and conditioning professionals, right? And we went in for not fitness professionals, health and fitness, only if you train athletes and coach athletes. And then we started getting some traction, and then a lot of coaches and trainers were saying, well, this is great, but how do I build my business? So then we created a secondary membership site that just addressed business for strength and conditioning. And then within strength and conditioning, people were like, well, it's cool. And this was years ago, where they're like, I want to do cool training with kettlebells and kegs and chains and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Then I created an offshoot with one of my members, Zach Evanesh, who called it Underground Strength Coach. So you're able to then do other things from there. Everyone's nervous about being put in a box, but I will tell you, it's so hard to compete on a general broad
on a general market. It's very okay. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, because some people have different views on that, and I personally resonate with yours when it's like, okay, get your own thing, people you're working with, and do that, and then once you can create another product working with another category of people, no one is stopping you to do that, but that part is really fundamental. Okay, so first one is don't please everyone. So the second one that you see that is oh damn, this is like, please guys, stop doing that.
Okay, the other thing in terms of focus, right? The things that aren't working that well in membership site, it's a little bit more of a general thing. It's people wanting to launch and start a membership site, which is great, but they focus 99% of their effort on the traffic and getting members, and what they forget is focusing on retention, because it's a retention model. It's a different model. It's not a launch model. It's not product, because this is a recurring revenue program. So we divide everything we do in my business with our membership is it's either, we call it either a GT activity or a KT, either a get them activity, which is traffic, which can be paid traffic, free traffic, podcasting. What I'm doing right now is in a way a traffic thing. And then there's the KT, which is keep them, which is retention, which is the content and the community building and the coaching and all that stuff that goes into it. And you have to spend half your time doing each. If you spend 95% of your time only getting people, your churn rate is going to get higher. And the higher your churn, the more you have to keep working. You get on this hamster wheel, because even if you have, let's say, a 10% churn, meaning 90% of your members stay every month, which sounds great, okay? So 90% are staying every month. So if you have, let's say, 1,000 members, say you have 1,000 members paying $30 a month, that's $30,000 a month. 90% retention, so that means next month 100 members drop off. So 100 times 3, so you just lost 10%. So now you're down to 900 members. You just lost $3,000 in recurring revenue. So now you have 900 members. The next month you lose another 10%. You just lost another 90 members. Now you're down to 8. So after about 7 or 8 months, you're out of business. And that's at 10%. So there are a lot of membership sites that don't focus on retention, and their churn rate could be 15, 20, 30%. That's why if you've been a part of any of these quote unquote internet marketing launches, and they throw together this crappy, oh, it's $47 a month, and all I'm going to do is interview one of my buddies who lives in
every month. Good luck. They're gonna cancel it.
47. And they'll get 30-40% churn, and that's why after 3 months the memberships close down, because they lost everybody. So it's really a retention model. So people are not focusing enough on that.
So what do you do now in order to get, because I remember reading one of your emails, I think it was about a few weeks ago, that you talked about actually this in particular, about the retention and increasing retention and doing everything you can, because actually it's costing you more to lose someone and to get someone new. So what is that you do personally? I mean, I know that for someone to emulate your membership site, it's just they got to be freaking nuts, and because I haven't seen something like that before. But if you can say somebody which is like a normal human being, right, which is not which is not putting one new training every single day, what would you suggest to have them having a really good retention?
It's funny because a lot of people focus on, and it drives me crazy when they say these words like ninja and hacks, but it's really not. There's two. Now we're talking a content membership site, right? We're not talking a recurring revenue. That's software. That's an autoresponder.
We're talking content. We're talking content here. Yeah,
content. The two most important things you can do. Two most important things. Number one is for retention is in some way building some type of community, some type of thing where people feel like they belong. These are my people. This is my tribe. They speak the same language. We're on the same team. I've got their back. They've got my back. That's the most important thing. That's going to get people to stick around. By far, there's nothing else as important. It's great if you have a 12-page print newsletter and people like it. It's really good content, but it usually doesn't have that real emotional connection, and people still want that emotional interpersonal connection, and having a community is the number one thing you can do. And that's where I've excelled over the years, because I give people a place where they feel comfortable. I'm very picky with who I let in, and there's not like the whole 3 strikes you're out. If you're in my community and you're a jerk, you're gone. Like, goodbye, you're canceled, here's your refund, I wish you well, this is not a place for you. So I'm really, where other people don't care, they'll take everybody. Hey, you're paying me $30 a month, come do whatever you want. Be a jerk. I don't care. So that's really, really important. Number 2 is, I'll give you the 2 words that are the most powerful you can create in terms of retention. Are you ready?
Go for it. Before
I give them,
buckle up.
Before I give, I want to see people. How do they do those? Do those little bubbles?
Okay.
Give me some bubbles. I want 10 bubbles.
Give
me 10 bubbles. And I'll do, oh,
look at Give some love. Give some love. Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. This is so cool. By the way, I love doing live stuff. So the 2 most important words.
Right.
Coming soon. That's it. Like
Coming
getting
soon.
people excited for what's coming next. When I was a kid, even a kid, I still love watching TV. Like at night, like I get the whole hustle 24 hours a day. That's not me. I like at night when the kids go to bed and just relax and watch a little TV. That's my thing. And cliffhangers. Like I like The Walking Dead, and there's that cliffhanger at the end. Like, who are they gonna kill? And it kind of gets you excited. So
have you ever watched Suits?
Which one?
The Suits.
Suits? Love Suits.
Man, oh my God, they're cliffhangers. They get. I went. I went through 2 series.
One of the greatest TV characters ever. Yeah.
Oh,
so I love cliffhangers.
Yes.
So trying to kind of build that into your membership. So for example, if you're thinking of leaving, right? I'd say, hey, don't forget, in the next week we have how to build your membership site in 5 minutes, and the one traffic ad we did to get another 3,000 members, and you're like, oh my God, well, I was thinking of canceling, but I gotta stick around for that. So having those things, that anticipation of what's coming next, what's coming soon, coming next week, not teasing to the point where people don't feel like they get value now. You can go overboard. Like if you watch a TV show and it's like the cheesiest, lamest cliffhanger, and it's just there's no meat to it, then you have the opposite effect. They go F you and they leave. So the 2 most powerful things for retention: community and that anticipation of what's coming soon. And I'll add kind of a little bonus. It's just having people know you care. Knowing that my members know, so everyone in Freedom knows that they're in there, they're not going to be hit over the head with upsells. In fact, there's no upsells in Freedom. When I do a live training or a webinar or whatever, if we have that in the group, it's no pitching. And there are guys like people were asking about ClickFunnels. So I called up my buddy Russell Brunson. I said, we want to do a ClickFunnels training with you guys. But here's the deal: no pitching, because I know when they'll do it, and I get it. That's their business model. But
That's
where's my membership?
pitch, yeah,
and that's fine. But there's no pitching in my group at all.
Yeah.
There's no upsells. There's no everyone's in. We're all on the same footing. We're on the same level, and we're in here together. And they could just kind of relax. It's like when I do my events, I say just leave your credit card in your room because we're not selling anything. So I think I think we're so used to marketers being so hyper aggressive and trying to, and I hate that freaking term. They try to extract every dollar, and we just, as the general population, we're just exhausted by it, and we're like, my God, like
it's true.
Here it is, like a great.
You sign up for something, and then you pay 67, and then you need to have that something immediately, the other upsell and the other upsell and everything. And I'm like, you know what? I'm already canceling the first one because I'm not getting already the value that I'm paying for up until I get the next upsell and the next upsell and the next upsell, and I haven't even used my bloody product yet. So I'm like, what's this fucking thing? It is,
and it just happens. By the way, it happens in every market. Like, you go to a fitness site, and now they're like, oh, what's on? Come on the 90-minute, strategy call with us, and then we're going to try to sell you a $5,000 course. And it's just like, so enough is enough. If you stop trying so hard to turn every customer and every email into like money, and you just put yourself in their shoes and say, you know what? It's $30 a month. It's $1 a day. We're going to give you everything we got. You're going to love it. You're not only that, you're going to become a raving fan, and you're going to refer other members, just like people do in the offline world.
Yeah,
that's how you build a great business. And so few people want to either do that or hear that or learn that. And I've been preaching that for now since my first site, and since like 17 years. And it served me well. And my members and my clients who are doing 7 and 8 figures live that. The ones who don't are the ones who go the other path, and they go launch to launch and reciprocation, and you mail for me and I'll mail for you, and I'll promote all your crappy products because I owe you one. And then it ruins their reputation, and then they come to me like, man, my list is dead. No one sticks in my site. What the hell do I do? I'm like, well, stop being an a-hole. Like, stop. Treat them how you would treat your own family and your friends. And my family and my friends are on my list, and I know that when I'm sending an email, it's going to go to them, and I feel good about everything I do. And if you get there with your business, you can't lose.
And that's awesome because I mean, as
by the way, can I get some of those? Can I get some little bubbles? Come on, give me some bubbles for that one.
Get some love.
I'm preaching, my friends. Here are the bubbles.
Here we go, the bubble. I'll give you some bubbles too. We have also a question. Got to Archie disappeared, but we have a question from who is that? Who's sent a question? Is let me get the name. Christopher. So for the new 2 questions from Christopher. One is for the new trainer or coach, would you suggest putting some videos on YouTube too? Over to you. What do you think?
So for a new coach, would I recommend putting some videos on YouTube? That was the question. So if you're using that as a traffic strategy, I don't like the way he phrased that in terms of putting some videos up, because some videos is not going to get any traction, right? Mm-hmm. In order to succeed in YouTube, and most free traffic, right? Whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Snapchat, or whatever the hell comes out tomorrow, the key to success in any of those is being prolific. So if it's just a question of putting 2 or 3 YouTube videos up, it's not going to hurt, but it's not really going to do much. It's really not. You need to build. You need to get a lot of views. You need to get comments. You need to get thumbs up. That's the way to build it. One of my clients, Jeff, who's the fitness guy, who's been now doing YouTube videos like 4 or 5 a week for 6 years, his business is now 8 figures. So because he never stopped. So it's great to do social. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing social media. I actually talked to me tonight, Gary Vaynerchuk, who I know really well. He loves social media, right?
So you were on the phone on the chat with Gary Vaynerchuk about 2 days ago, right? We had
a good talk. So social media is cool and it's great, but the problem is it's not scalable. You could do the best video in the world, whatever it is you teach or coach or train on, but there's no guarantee you're going to get views, and there's no guarantee not only going to get views, that there's no guarantee you're going to get clicks, and there's no guarantee those clicks are then going to turn into any kind of conversion. When you create an offer and you can learn paid traffic, even simple stuff, even just a simple Facebook ad, even a boosted Facebook post, because now you can boost posts to specific audiences. you're better off because now you can at least get some metrics and you can know some clicks, and it's just a little bit. It's not a little bit. It's a lot more scalable. So it's fine to do a few Facebook videos, but if you can do it, then really do it, and make sure you play to your strengths. If you suck on video and you hate video and you can't stand doing a video, then here's a little tip for you: don't do video. There's plenty other. Yeah, but you know what? The funny thing is, someone will hear someone say, well, yeah, but someone will hear people like a couple of months ago, the flavor of the day was Periscope, right? Which is kind of like disappeared now. But everyone's Periscope, and everyone's like, oh my God, I got to do live video, but I hate video. I don't want to do it. And they're doing these videos that they hate and they're terrible. Well, everyone said I got to do Periscope.
And it's painful to watch them. Because you're...
painful. So do what you're good at. If you're really good with writing, then focus on blogging and article syndication and the posting. If you're good with graphics and you have a good eye and you love all that stuff, then maybe focus a little bit more like on Pinterest if that's where your market is. So there's no one thing I said, okay, this is the one thing you have to do for traffic, because it depends on your market, on your goals. I will say, if you had to choose between free and paid, I would do paid, even if it's just $1 a day, because you have a lot more control of it.
That constant, and also there's the constant, and also it goes in front of the right people. No, it doesn't go to you in front of your mom or dad.
Right.
Maybe they will buy, but they will buy once.
By the way, I'm a little upset because I just did that little rant and I didn't get any more little bubbles. I'm stuck at 118 bubbles. Would you guys give me some damn bubbles, please?
Give me some love. I mean, it's an amazing interview. So share some love. What's this 2 or 3? Like, come on, don't be shy. Come on. So now we have. I'll give you a very beautiful example on this. I personally hate writing. I mean, I wrote 3 books because you need to have a book. Come on, I wrote 3 books. It was but it was painful, man. It was painful sitting down and writing the freaking book. So I did that and publishing my 3rd one soon, which is now getting publishing deal. But now what I'm doing, I'm just doing videos. I'm doing videos oriented. I love to talk. I love to speak. At least no one has to correct my grammar because it's painful even for someone to correct what I write. And then that's why I have the beautiful Artie, which puts all my blah, 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 into something that people can read and actually can consume. So, I agree with you. Play in your strength. If you like interviews and if you like actually recording stuff, do a podcast and don't show a video. If you like to do a video, do video. If you want to write and you don't want to show your face, maybe because you have a big spot like this and you don't want other people to see, don't do that. It's very simple. So now, Ryan,
can I ask you a quick
yes,
question?
Please go for it, Artie.
You're saying play to your strengths. Now, I like writing, but how can you monetize if you're doing blog posts and stuff like that?
How could you monetize your blog posts? Well, the old way was people would monetize their blogs through paid ads. You know, AdSense, banner ads. The reality is that doesn't pay anything anymore. Even if you get like millions and millions of views, you know your CPM could be like $1 per 1,000. So you're not really going to make any money. The blog content is for one thing only. It's for traffic, right? It's for relationship building. The whole key to the blog, and any traffic is to get them from there onto your list. That's it.
Exactly.
So every blog post, everything below the blog, there's got to be some call to action. For me, it's usually getting them on my list because from my list is where I build a relationship and email them. Email them, stuff they want. But it's, to have a blog and hope that people are going to click on your 2 or 3 banners on the side, it's a pipe dream. I have a friend of mine, Bonnie Hari, who has a very, very popular site called Food Babe. And I said, she's like, well, not everyone's clicking on the products. I said, well, here, let's just keep building a list. Because every time you send an email, you do really, really well. So that's what she's focused on. Her list is like quintupled in size. So from everything you do, blog post, Facebook post, everything, wherever you get them some type of landing page and have some call to action to get them on your list. I don't care about how many Facebook fans you have, because the reality is you're only going to reach about 1% of them anyway. There's one company I know that has I'm not going to say their name. They're a publishing company. They have like 22,000 Facebook likes, which is fine. You know, it's great. It's very good. It's better than most people, but it's not like 1 million or 3 million. But you know what? That company makes about 150 million a year because they don't care. They're not focused on that all day. They're focused on building their list and making a sale through email.
Yeah.
So that still works. And
we have about,
like, oh, dude, everyone's on social.
Nah,
it's email.
We have about 300. I think I have less than 400 likes on my Facebook page.
That was already liking it 399 times.
Yeah, exactly. It was me, my dad. And, you know when you have it, send it to every friend that I had, and then they were like, okay, that's fine. So, but then I never really focused on that. I know now is a bit important if you're doing paid ads because you have more clarity on metrics on the people that like your page. So there are other stuff, but at the beginning, just fucking really getting people joining your list and getting them into your membership site if you're having a membership site, which I will recommend to everyone because is a great way to secure your business and not to be worried about where is your next client coming from. So that's what I love about the membership
That's my model.
That's my model too, and all my business based on membership. Yeah.
Yep. My model is get them on the list. For me, I send a daily email with some edutainment, right? A little bit of stories, some content, make them feel good, and then usually a soft offer for PS if you're interested in this. You know, here's our membership. If you're interested in our program, whatever it is, but a little soft sell, and people seem to really like it. But it's a very, very simple business model. That's it. Get them on the list, and from there, you build a relationship and you offer products. And it's not a hard pitch every time. It's not buy at the countdown. It's clicking. It's and then I very, very, very rarely promote another product. Maybe twice a year, maybe if that. And so they know if I promote something that I really use it and like it and trust the person. So, you know, the idea of just keeping them kind of in my universe and saying, look, here's what we have. It's freedom. It's $1 a day, and it gives you every freaking thing you're ever going to need. There's no upsells, no cheese. It's updated every day with your training. And you know what? Here it is. And if you're interested, click here to join. And if not, that's cool too. You know, whatever's good for you, I'm here to help you and support you.
Yeah, and that's what I love about your model. That's what I love about your model, and I think that for all the people that I'm learning in the online marketing world, I love the way you approach it because I found a lot of other people being way too salesy, and I'm not the kind of person. It can work for some people. I'm not the kind of person. I build my business as you did on relationships, and I'm here for the long term, not just for the quick buck. And for me, that's relationship is the most important thing.
It's about relationships. It's got to be about long term. And it's funny because you said that some of the hard selling does work, and it still does work, but it's not working as well as it used to because what happened is the whole every market, especially it's changed, it's shifting, and they become more sophisticated. So they're not falling for the fake scarcity. They're not falling for the BS.
They know it already. It works. Like I've been around for years. It's redundant now.
So just cut the crap and just be real. Hey, look, here's what I do. Here's what I have. If you want it, it's $1, and if not, that's fine too. You know, whatever works for you, I'm happy. And it just takes away that pressure.
That's why I love it, like the way you're doing. I mean, for you, you're doing this in the online marketing world. For me, my mission is to change the speaking world because most of the time, like the things that we are really good at is training people in selling from stage and creating events that sell from stage, but not the run at the back of the room like a freaking chicken way, but is in a way where you deliver incredible value. You have a good sales pitch that converts because you need to have that. But people don't feel raped. Yeah, you gotta have a good offer, a good sales pitch, and people don't feel raped at the end of the talk. It's very simple. So, and that's I think where also the industry in terms of information is moving towards, and I hope that that's going to be as soon as possible that a lot of people will make this transition. Now, right?
I'm pushing as hard as I can to help usher in the transition.
Go for it, man. And I will push this interview as much as I can to help you go there because people need to go on your list and learn how to do that. I will recommend everyone to go on your list and really understand the way you do things because I think it's beautiful. It's elegant.
See, I want to give you. I'm going to give you some claps on that one. Look at that. I'm giving you your claps.
Yeah, I got 50
myself.
Thank you for clapping. Now, Ryan, I know we are,
and I'm going to get already one too.
We are almost done here. So what I would love you to share a bit more about how does it work for Freedime and for people that want to be part of it, of the membership site, and really see, also get on your list and see the way you're doing stuff.
Yeah. By the way, if you want me to talk a few more minutes, I'm happy to, because if there's more questions coming in.
Does anyone have a question? Like, if everyone has a question, we're here.
I think it looks like there's some questions on the side. I can't read them, but one of the things I want to cover in terms of, because I want to make sure your people get a lot of value from this.
Right. Cool.
We talked about content, and
let's go for it.
Another thing you have to do when you're, is that cool if we stay on for a few minutes?
I'm buzzing, man. I could interview it for 12 hours straight.
Look, I can talk about this stuff all day.
I know you.
In terms of memberships, what you said before, you have to make sure you start with a really good offer. The mindset, here's the wrong mindset. What's the least amount I can do for $50 a month? To charge $50 a month, what's the least amount of work I have to put in? That's the wrong way. The right way is, how can I create a membership site or a program that people pay $50 for, but if it's $500 a month in value. And what I mean by that, it doesn't mean you have to give so much stuff. Like with Freedom, our thing is like, we're the Netflix for lifestyle entrepreneurs, right? We're going to give you new training every day, but we're not going to make it overwhelming. It's like, whatever you feel like going through today, go through. But if you overwhelm people with so much stuff, and you say you have to do this, you have to do this, and you have to, and it's like, it's so overwhelming.
It's too much.
It has the opposite effect. So you always have to put yourself in the person's shoes. So here's an example. I did a coaching call with a personal trainer about 6 months ago, and he had a membership site, but his retention was terrible. People kept canceling. And he runs in-person boot camps. And I said, well, tell me about your membership site. He said, oh man, it's great. I don't know why they're not sticking around, because I give them a new workout every single day. I said, all right, well, a new workout every day? He said, yes. I said, 7 days a week? He said, yeah, 7 days a week. I said, okay, you train people in person and you do boot camps? He said, yes. I said, how many times a week do you recommend they come to your boot camp? He said, 3, maybe 4. I said, so do you recommend people work out 7 days a week? He goes, absolutely not. I said, so what the hell are you giving them 7 workouts for? I said, because they can't even consume it, and you're telling them to do all this stuff, and then they're 3 behind, and then 4 behind, and then they're 10 behind, and then you're going to build $30 that month. And then they cancel.
Yeah.
So don't think that because you charge more, you have to give more. And what I mean by, and I don't mean that in a quality way. I mean, give quality, but don't think that because I'm charging $30 a month, I have to have them drink from a friggin' fire hose, because that can have the opposite effect. So sometimes it all depends on the offer and how you position your membership, because you may position it as more of, look, there's so much stuff in this world. I'm going to cut through all the crap and all the noise, and I'm going to curate and give you just like the best of the best. And I'm going to condense it down to a weekly 10-minute video. And that's why you pay me $20 a month. So it depends on your offer and your positioning, but don't feel like you have to try to compete and give so much stuff. So I just wanted to put that out there for people who are listening. I wanted to give some more
I think is a brilliant way to put it. And to give another example, we apply, for example, the membership model, but to live events. So instead of having, we have also a membership area in our website, but the membership is really for people to attend the live training. So they attend live training, they pay the membership, and then they can attend the weekend seminars. Now, the way we do that is that the weekend seminars are once every quarter. Why? Because we work with very, very busy people that cannot have a weekend every month. So we are really, it's not that about that quantity, but we make sure that when they come on that quarter, what they live in is for something that will keep them busy for the whole quarter in terms of implementation and doing stuff and getting results. So it's just a different spin to see how can this concept as well that you are doing and applying online, it can be applied also offline at the same time. So
it's a good example.
So give me down one more thing that you find that people must have in their membership site, and something that I would love to ask you now is it a bit more technical, because some people that they know a bit like, okay, I need to do this funnel, I need to have this, but technically, practically, what kind of platform do you use or do you recommend to use if someone is starting out to have a membership site and say, okay, where do I turn?
So, a couple of options. If you want to make it more of a, if you can get started within 3 minutes for free. You guys want to know how to do that?
Give some.
I need freaking 20 claps. Otherwise, I'm not doing crap. I'm not telling you guys anything. All right, there we go. We got claps.
Get clapping, guys.
What I've done successfully, we've done this for about a dozen different groups. Created all within Facebook. Just create a paid Facebook group. Literally go to facebook.com/groups. Create a group. Create some payment on the front, like we've done it as simple as PayPal, and then deliver the content. In the community within Facebook. That's it. That's like the easiest way.
Brilliant.
If you want to build more of a self-hosted website, there's so many different platforms. There's ones that are completely hosted on a third-party platform like MemberGate, Kajabi. There's a lot of programs like that. Then so you got Facebook. Then you've got the platform hosted with like Kajabi with MemberGate and what's on their server. Then you've got the WordPress solution. So we use WordPress, and then you're going to need some type of plugin to protect that content. We've used Wishlist for freedom. We're using MemberMouse. There's Memberfold. There's probably 100. So just it depends on your budget, but for most people, Wishlist is fine. It's like a one-time fee of like $100, and you're ready to go. Then you could integrate it with simple shopping carts, like you can go as simple as like Samcart, which I like. You know, you all the way up to something that I still can't even figure out how to freaking use, Infusionsoft. So, but you don't. What you don't have to do is you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars on it. You really, really don't. Make it really simple. So those are some easy solutions for you.
And
don't try to build it yourself. Hire someone because you don't want to spend a year trying to figure this crap out when you could give someone like $500 and just let them do it and it'll be done in a week.
Exactly. I agree with you. Then we have somebody to write down the membership. We are going to put them I'll send them on Twitter. We are going to write them down. So Artie, please make sure if you can write those things down. We're going to send them out on when we are going to release the podcast version of that. So everyone will have all the links of the different membership area. Something that we found that it works as well is the membership which is built from WooThemes. So is the guys that build WooCommerce. They have also like a Woo membership. That's another one.
There's literally a million. There's a million, but the most important thing to focus on is who your market is, and you know why are they going to join? Why are they going to pay month after month? You know, what are you giving that so special that's so valuable? That's the most important. And it's funny because everyone focuses on, you know, what's the best software to use? When I do a coaching call, that's all they care about. Well, what about this? What about this platform? Like, geez, like enough of the platform. Like, it's
just pick one and start, and then.
Yeah, just freaking pick one. But what about this one? And then and then people will say, well, I must, and then they go right to the most expensive one. Like, well, I'm going to get Infusionsoft with Memburium, and a guy said he's going to be $15,000 to build it. I'm like, well, you don't have a list. You don't know if it's really going to work. So why not go a little bit less expensive? You can always switch down the road. It's not that big of a deal.
I perfectly agree with you with that. Start where you are, and then the more you build, the more advanced feature you need, because then you will see that you will love to put something more in there, or you will need a different platform. Then you can upgrade, then you can change. But make sure that then you have the money and the members and the list in order for justify that expense, not just because you can say, I have a $15,000 membership website that no one is using. Yeah.
Here's what I don't recommend. Here's what I don't recommend. Now, I know I have no problem calling people out when I don't agree. Now, I'm going to make a very general blanket statement. There could be exceptions, so don't get all in a hissy fit. In general, I would not, if this is going to be like a significant source of income for you and eventually maybe you're full-time, what I wouldn't do is have my entire platform built on something like WarriorForm or JVZoo $20 plugin that you saw by some guy, some hack who hired some guy in India for $15 to create some cheesy thing, and then it has all these bugs. That's what I wouldn't do. Now, I'm not saying every single plugin on WarriorForm or JVZoo is crap. I would say I wouldn't build my business on one of those, especially if it's a guy who has 400 software programs and he's not paying attention to that. Because if you build something on the WordPress platform and you're not updating it when every time WordPress updates, which is very frequently, things get broken. And guess what? You pay $20, they're not supporting you. They're going, oh, we'll get back to you in a few weeks. Oh, yeah, it's a WordPress plugin. We'll get back to that. Good luck.
True, definitely. I agree with you.
Someone has a question. Okay, so we can.
Yeah, but we filter the question, so we don't get to people just to jump in. We see, because sometimes with this platform is quite funny. You never know who is jumping in on the call, and so we filter the question first. If that's relevant, then we get them live. That's a.
Oh, some guy said filter questions. He said you are a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why we filter the question for people like you, and then you can exactly go and.
Oh man,
this
you got some.
Yeah, exactly. Report.
I never.
And you're reported, and you're not. So that's why, because
bring them on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's rumble, you little bitch.
No, man, I remember I was doing a live interview and I was recording everything.
Who has time?
And then
time in their life?
Exactly.
Come on this and like, my God, what a loser. Okay.
You missed that guy that was scratching their balls in their pants and he was asking a question live on the camera. So after that, after seeing someone scratching their crotch, I now we filter everything.
Keep it classy. Keep it classy. Oh my God. This is, by the way, this is why I am so hyper vigilant on like keeping to my message and basically saying, this is me, this is who I want in my world, in my tribe, and I want to do everything to attract the right people and repel the guys who are scratching their crotch on camera. Like, go scratch your crotch somewhere else. I really don't want you in my life. I have no desire. Like, I wish you well with the itch. I hope you get to the appointment. But I like what the, like I just want to help people and do the right thing, and I don't want to deal with idiots. Like just and some people just will never get. Oh, I got a clap for that one. Thank you. So,
this is a live roll we did do that. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize that the camera couldn't see that.
No apologies. Hey,
that was Kevin. In fact, that was Kevin. And yes, Kevin. No,
Kevin, scratch away, my friend. Kevin, scratch. You get some relief. But look, I was a teacher in the South Bronx in Hunts Point. Yeah. I've seen it all. So Kevin scratching his crotch, not gonna bother me. I've seen a lot worse, Kevin.
Okay, I don't want to see it. I still want to go to sleep and not have nightmares for the rest 15 years of my life. So I'm okay with that. Okay, right.
If you're live, you better take the good with the bad. I could roll with anything. So bring it up.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm not sure I can. So right now, moving on, we have I think it's been an incredible interview, Ryan, and I'm looking forward to have another one for a few months down the line, because I think that your content is really awesome, and I would love everyone to really get and learn from you and the way you do stuff. So if someone wants to learn from you and see the things that you do behind the scene and also be part of your incredible membership site, how they can do it? How can people hear more about you, my friend?
Freedom.com, FREEDYM.com. That's it. Go check it out. You can see some of the things we have on there. We have probably about $200,000, and that's not a lie. About $200,000 of like literally step-by-step training programs, and we update it every single day with new training. So whether you want to learn memberships or traffic or marketing or free social or paid traffic or list building, monetization, upsells, big ticket stuff, whatever. And we take requests. So we do real-world case studies. No cheesy crap. No people like that guy, that a-hole Carlos, whoever he was. And we have a community, so we're in there every single day, all day. It's the most active, supportive community in the world. It really is. We're there to answer all your questions. There's no stone left unturned. There's no upsells. There's no hype. Every member who comes in, they're just like, I can't, like, what's the catch? Why is it only $1 a day? Like, where's the upsell? Where's the $50,000 spoon with Ryan? Like, where is this? Yeah. And it's, look, I've been blessed. I've been doing this for a long time online and made a lot of money, especially in the health and fitness markets. So I do this because I love it. Does it still make a lot of income? Absolutely. I love to do it. So just Freedom, FREEDYM.com, and come on in. And if you don't like it, you don't have to chase us to cancel. We have a button in the account. You can log in, you click my account, you click cancel, and you'll never be rebilled. It's none of those where you have to call like from 9 a.m. to 9:02, and you don't have to chase us and email us. You literally can cancel your own account. And we're not going to try to save sales. Like, oh, please come back for half off. No, either you get it and you understand the value, or you don't, and that's fine too. But I will tell you that our members stick around, and it's we're rocking the world and we're having some fun. So
that's
and you can scratch away, my friend.
Scratch. And then Kevin can scratch his crotch watching your videos, right?
We are all inclusive. We're all ages, sexes, genders, scratches, whatever. Whatever. We don't discriminate. If you're itchy, we've got a program for you. So you know what? That's it. It's the itchy show. No, and as you can tell, like, I like to have fun. Marketing doesn't have to be so serious. You can have some fun with this. So there you go. Freedom.com. If you're interested, try it for a month. See if you could try it for a month, and if you hate it, you log in, you cancel it, and it's $30, and no harm, no foul. And and it's not one of these sneaky things where I'm going to hold content. It's only going to be access to like some things. Like, oh, you have to be a full member. No, you're literally going to get access to every single thing we got. And you'll be in about 30 seconds. So I hope to see you on
for Kevin, if Kevin joins your membership, I'll sponsor as an affiliate. I'll buy you cream. So then you don't have, because you said I need a cream, not the program. So you get the program, I'll get you the cream. How about that, Kevin? I think
cream and ointment for everybody.
Man, Ryan, has been incredible. I would love you to connect Kevin and Ryan, by the way. I think that there are a lot of I'll tell you a bit more about Kevin later, Ryan, on Facebook. I'll connect you with you guys. Cool. But Ryan, thank you very, very much for this interview. I had definitely a blast. Everyone definitely was this interview had a blast, or if they were a bit itchy now, they're not itchy anymore. So I'm really
thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Now this was fun. And it was. I love talking about this, and it's fun to have fun. So I appreciate you having me on, and it's always a pleasure. And I wish everyone the best, whether you join or not. Either way, I hope you found this of some value to you. So thank you.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Ryan. And guys, for those of you that have been listening here on the podcast of Explode Your Coaching Business Show, thank you very, very much for listening. You are awesome and you rock. See you next episode, and live with purpose always. Ciao.